back to the bots. Well, how to detect if it's a bot or a real person? That's the key. Now, the first thing I've noticed is that there's usually pictures associated with a bot. Very sexy, beautiful women. These very sexy, beautiful women are models of some kind. They're I don't know where they get the pictures from. I don't even think they're really. In many cases, they're probably not even paid models that just take their pictures from somewhere on the internet and stuff them in there and rip off models and everything else. Man, these guys are shameless and crazy. They've got a million different scams and content. They're usually assigned by some marketing, like shady marketing agencies or something that are out there promoting anything from dating services to marriage services to even prostitution rings and all this other stuff. And, they'll just market all this stuff as much as possible. There's, of course, you're out in these cons and scams looking for some kind of money or something some of the time. They're all pretty much tell you exactly what you want to hear as a lonely guy. That's the common denominator. And they're all cleverly designed in some ways to make it look like there's actual communication going on, like there's a conversation or dialogue that is created, and it all comes in pre-formulated email snippets that they stuff in there. And they've got auto responses. Here's a clue. If you get an automated response, if you get a response like within 3 seconds, it just shows right up there, like, or within a minute or something. I mean, and it's got like 4 paragraphs of text. It's hard to manufacture four paragraphs of text within 30 seconds. In fact, you can't. Unless you're an extremely fast typist, and I'm not even that fast, and I can type maybe a couple hundred words a minute or more when I'm at my peak performance without my voice recognition software program. That usually is only going to create maybe 150, 200, 300, well, somewhere in there if you really train it right and you know what you're doing. Then you have to edit it and everything. To make a long story short, these bots, I don't know. It just doesn't look like they're quite. Well, you're never going to really get a live female as your result from a bot communication. What you're going to get instead is usually redirected to any of these other dating or related relationship sites. You're going to get some of those. You're going to get some come-ons from ladies of the evening. You're going to get all kinds of interesting information and communications going on. And they're all primarily designed to make you serve their commercial interest, basically. You're going to find absolutely no beautiful woman knocking at your door anytime soon from a bot. They're just not beating your door down with a stick, but they are filling your email with bullshit. That's the name of a bot. That's the name of the game in a bot. You see, bots were designed to lure horny guys who want to find beautiful women into spending their money, their valuable time, on the aforementioned interests, such as any number of dating sites, relationship sites, there's an identity and background verification sites, any number of ladies of the evening, any number of other types of interest. And like I said, the primary thing you should watch out for in a bot is the lack of any interpersonal communication that you put into the email. I can spot them right away now. Easy as pie. They're designed to look like they're actually holding a dialogue with you, but it's all exactly what you want to hear if you're a lonely, horny guy. But absolutely none of it's true. You're just gonna get your money if you're fool enough to respond to a bot. So any commercial interest says to direct you to a website of any kind. That's a sure sign of a bot. Because if it's just a lonely, horny chick, they don't really want to usually bother with redirecting you to dating sites or something. They need them. They'll give you their phone number or their email address, would communicate and somehow establish some level of rapport of some kind, and then you can wherever you meet. For usually they want to meet in a safe place or something that they choose, like a cafe or a bar or a restaurant or something, where they can meet you in person. This actually happened to me one time. I met this woman on a Yahoo chat line, and she wanted the fooling around thing, and I met her at Wegmans. I met her at Wegmans and talked for a few minutes, and an hour later she was back at my place, and leave that to your imagination, but she was alright. I mean, but bots are always going to be deceptive, and they're always going to leave you with a bill of goods. Like I was saying, they're always going to design it to be specifically what you want to hear, rather than anything close to semblance of reality. The main key in a bot is they'll prey on your loneliness, your hormonal disposition, and they're only after your money or worse. So those are the clues to avoid bots, and if anybody happens to be a real, actual respondent to a personal ad of some kind, there's usually going to be some kind of clues or identifying information that is going to be able to, within a few emails, establish that this is a real person rather than some kind of commercial interest bot. Usually because the other person is going to actually, I don't want to give them clues out here, they're going to communicate with you on a person-to-person level, and there's going to be some kind of interest in what you're talking about rather than a glossy bit of words that's going to be designed to make you think. You know, these bots don't really have time to respond like that. That's the thing, because they're doing mass commercialization, and they make their money through the numbers. They're not interested in any one particular prospect. If they have tons and tons and tons and tons of these advertisements in forms of bots that they send out, then they make their money somewhere along the line through commission structures or whatever else is at stake in their marketing ploys. That's my bot discernment message. You'd be better off going to church anyway and finding a nice girl, giving up all this terrible lifestyle stuff. And don't go for church to find a nice girl. Your heart got to be in it. You've probably been late if you haven't found God. And then you can find maybe somebody who will show mercy on you after about 1,000 years or something. If you're the right type of kind, and then you've got too much sin underneath your belt. And you go through a meaningful process or something, you might be able to find a mate somewhere along the line. That's not what church is exactly designed for. It's a good alternative, though, to what's going on out here anyway, though. One way or another, you could just sit there in the pew and enjoy everything else, and meeting the person your dreams could happen somewhere along the line, but it's not something that you should methodically or in any other way deliberately set out to do. But as far as dating and bots, and that's my opinion anyway. But I don't date anymore. I'm a stalker victim and a monster experiment victim. So, as long as these monsters are attacking me and all this stuff, man, if I happen to find the right woman, she's going to have to be able to disable demons and alien machines or something, man. But in the meanwhile, I'm personally stuck here making public service announcements and trying to save the economy and making a fortune for myself. I don't know. Maybe a team of personal assistants and a hot tub will be able to solve this problem. It might be nice, I get my own mansion, my own custom-built hot tub, and I got 20 personal assistants, a little office upstairs, and a corporate office next door for my 50 million new business ventures, and I could sit there and be the most richest, powerful man in the world with a team of 20 personal assistants who give me a 4-hour downtime session every night after a 12-hour day. That's the way to do it, if you ask me. But you still chasing around wondering if I'm like you, okay?